It's really hot in here. How do you do this? This is really uncomfortable.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon and today we have my fiance Quint on my channel. So by popular demand, we are doing a relationship Q&A. So all week long I've had people send us questions that they would like us to answer. So we will be reading them off and answering the questions today. We are going to break up the questions into sections. So questions from like our past, random relationship questions, and then we did get a few just focused on being vegan, so we're gonna have that in a section as well. So before we get into the video,
hit that subscribe button down below.
So just to give some background context, if you don't know Quint and I in person, we are high school sweethearts and we began dating our junior year of high school, which was February 27th, 2012. And we are getting married in less than 4 months on October 27th of 2018. So we've been together over 6 years now. All right, so let's start off with questions from our past. The first question is, how did we meet?
So I was on Facebook at the time. I knew that I was moving to a new school and I really wanted to make new friends there. I had moved around a lot, so I didn't have a ton of friends. Scrolling through Facebook, found Shannon along with other people from the school as well, and just messaged her and kind of started chatting from there.
Yeah, so we technically met like online on Facebook, and then we officially met in person. So that was July 2010, and then August 2010 was the Scioto County Fair, and we met in person then.
Yeah.
And then school started like a few weeks later. What was your first impressions of each other? So I guess we'd have to do like a Facebook first impression and then real life first impression. So Facebook.
My Facebook impression of Shannon was kind of strange because, you know, I didn't really have this like type, so to speak, but when I found her, she had these like emo like scene like bangs, and you could just like tell there was just something, you know, different that I wasn't used to there. But she was attractive. She was attractive.
Quint just like had these aviators on in this picture. I didn't really have a big opinion on Quint. I was just always really nice, and I messaged people back, they messaged me. His birthday is May 31st and mine's June 7th, so I thought it was cool that we were a week apart, so that's why we kept messaging. So I don't know, I was just like helping the new kid out in person.
So in person, we first met at the fair that she had mentioned before. We were just texting about meeting up, so when we first met up, I like ran away. I didn't like know what to say at all. I kind of just like froze up. So when I ran away, she texted me and was like, "What's going on?" And then from there, she like tracked me down and basically like made me walk with her and her friend. And
yeah, at this point, I knew Quint had a crush on me. I wasn't into him at that time, but he kept wanting to meet me, and then anytime I saw him, he literally ran away. So I was just like, "Quint!" So I was kind of probably loud and obnoxious, but I was just like, why is this kid afraid of me? Our first kiss
went a little like this.
We met going into our sophomore year of high school, and so this was going into our junior year of high school, so a whole year later. So I was like on and off with this guy, and like I think we were broken up at the time. We like didn't see each other for months, so nothing made sense. So Quint was my really close friend at the time. We always hung out. I just got my license, so I was like driving everywhere. Went and got ice cream, and then we like hung out under the bridge, which sounds weird, but that's totally normal where we're from. There's nothing to do. And then we went to McDonald's and ate it in a parking lot because there was nothing to do. And so we were sitting in the parking lot drinking our sweet teas, and I was texting our other friend, and he made this joke like, "You guys should kiss," because he knew I was like unhappy with that one guy, and that like I was just like, I hate everyone kind of deal. And he knew Quint had a crush on me. So we were just joking about it that he was saying that. So then we got to Quint's house and we pulled in the driveway, and it was like dark out, and we just like kept talking about that, and then just like somehow it just happened. I really don't know how it actually happened, but at this point, you know, I didn't think I liked Quint, but like it was one of those kisses where like you like felt the butterflies and fireworks going off from a movie, but we still didn't date for like another year. Funny memories.
So we had just started dating, and we were taking a walk through the forest, and we were just walking, and there's this like nest that we like stepped on, and it turns out it was like, yeah, it turns out it was a bunch of ticks. And so Shannon has like a tick crawling on her, and then she pulls that one off, has like a ton more, and she's like, "Wow, I think this might be the first orgasm of the year."
So I meant to say, I don't really know what I was saying. I'm trying to be all scientific. I meant to say organism. And if you knew me in high school, like I didn't cuss at all. And so like that's like a dirty word. So I was like mortified. And Quint like laughs about that like to this day. And I'm still really embarrassed. When did Quint decide to propose? And was it an aha moment?
So it definitely wasn't an aha moment. I knew I wanted to propose for quite some time, even in high school. But we knew that we both wanted to be older. So our senior year of college, it felt right. I knew that our anniversary carried a lot of significance, even though it was in the winter.
Quint even has a tattoo of it.
So I knew proposing around our anniversary would be, you know, perfect time. I did propose at Alt Park in Cincinnati. We take a lot of hikes there.
Where would you live if you didn't live in Cincinnati? Well, first of all, we haven't lived in Cincinnati that long. We're both from the small town of Portsmouth, Ohio.
And we've always had a fascination with the West Coast. Just the lifestyle there kind of intrigues us. So either that's California, Washington, or Oregon. We've kind of looked into all three.
Best advice on making a relationship work. So I think some of the best advice is that love is a choice. You know, you have to choose to love that person every day and then just like accept change. We're not going to be the same people we were when we were 16. So you have to think back like why you fell in love in the first place and understand that people change and grow. Did either one of you ever get too comfortable with each other after moving in together to the point you didn't do anything together, such as going to the movies, eating out, cute little date ideas? And what would you suggest to fix this, especially if money is tight? We moved in when we were together for around 3 years, and at first it was really overwhelming. And I remember sitting down one time and being like, just because we're living together doesn't mean we're hanging out. Hanging out isn't just like sleeping beside each other and doing dishes and cooking. Of course you can have fun at home with Netflix. You can't just be on your phone. You have to make the most out of it.
Yeah, and I don't think money really controls the relationship. I think going out on hikes, taking walks, you know, you could do a lot of things without spending money. And that's something that we learned to do, especially our first year living together.
And even with money, we go out to eat at least twice a week. We love to go to concerts. We definitely do things all the time. All right, so this says, if you, as a female in the relationship, were given the opportunity to take a really great job with really great pay and advancement opportunities, but would have to move far away, would Quint, the male, be willing to give that opportunity, given up his job?
I definitely would be okay with it. I think my job is very versatile. The career that I'm in, you could do a lot of things. There's a lot of openings. I think if she got something that was, you know, right up her alley and it was an amazing opportunity, I'd be okay with it.
And then vice versa too. Like we talked about earlier, we want to go to the West Coast. We're really not like set in our roots where we are. We've already moved once, even though it's 2 hours. We'd go out west. I don't think we'd go more Midwest. We just both agreed on that. I think we'd go more south or northeast. Heck, I'd go to another country. How do you keep your relationship interesting or fun? How do you find things to talk about when you feel like you've talked about everything? So, like I said, we've been together for 6 years, and honestly, we talk 24/7. So we're definitely one of those couples, like the same friend group. We're honestly always together. And even when we're apart, we're usually texting, not the whole time. We don't run out of things to say, even if there's just what we're doing at work. We talk about politics, things going on with the world, what we see on social media. And honestly, Quint's like my best friend. So what you're sending to your best friend, like, oh, look at so-and-so's new pink hair, I'd be probably tell Quint that too. So that's just how we go. What do you do for each other on a daily basis to keep your romance alive after being together so many years? So I think a big one is the book, The 5 Languages of Love. I've never actually read the full book, but I've taken the quiz and I read up on it. You take the quiz and you find out what your love language is. So mine is a tie between acts of service and quality time. And Quint, what's yours again?
This acts of service as well.
Okay, so we're kind of together on that one. So what that means is mine, I'm not really into like gift giving. If I was with someone that called me babe 24/7 and gave me $1 million, and they could be the sweetest guy, but I might be still really unhappy because things that I appreciate is someone just there for me. It's like how we're always together. I love that. Even like doing errands and stuff, and then acts of service, just helping me make dinner, things like that. So I think that's what really helps us is you have to know how the person feels love. What's each of yours biggest pet peeve the other person does?
So Shannon has this thing, she takes her like second big toe and she like cross it across her big toe, and I'll just when I see it happen, I'll just like smack her toes and she like doesn't even realize it's happening. It's just like second nature to her. Like she's totally fine with it.
I just like the pressure on my big toe.
Drives me insane.
For Quint, he like hyper focuses on things, and he'll like start helping me with something, but then he'll like totally get off into another land, and it'll be like 2 hours later, and he like doesn't realize it. So now we're into the vegan section. So, who went vegan first?
I actually did. She doesn't want to admit it, but I did. We originally started watching, like, What the Health, watched the movie called Okja, and Shannon was like, I'm gonna go vegetarian. I told her that, you know, okay, that's fine. I wasn't gonna make her buy meat or anything like that. I told her I was gonna go get meat, like, maybe on weekends, or if something we went out to eat. And then eventually I was just like, this is stupid. So then I decided, hey, at one point, I'm gonna go vegan. And then we both agreed on it, and then one day I got a text, and she was like, I feel guilty. And I was like, what's going on? I think it's something happened or some sort. And she's like, I had a donut at work. And I was like, oh, I gave her a bunch of stuff for it. And she was like, oh, no, oh. But, you know, I was actually vegan first because I didn't have that donut, so.
And was it difficult to convince Quint to go vegan as well? So we just kind of touched on that, but just kind of some more background. It's actually years ago we talked about, hey, one day we'd really love to go vegan or vegetarian. And actually like 2 years ago we tried buffalo cauliflower wings and tofu, and it was just like, it went really bad. And we had this mindset that like going vegetarian had to change the way you ate, like totally, or we had to replace that meat with mock meat, and it just like didn't work out. Always in the back of our minds. And then we watched those documentaries together. Quint wasn't ready to make the decision right then, but like I was like, never again eat meat, which I haven't. And he did cook meat that first week, and it was just like gradually, and I didn't really push him. I did kind of give him a look when he would eat meat out, and be like, and I'd like give some facts, but I was acceptable at that time that we were just gonna cook and eat differently, but make it work.
Yeah, I think I was really closed-minded to the fact that we were eating chicken, frozen vegetables, and then rice. So I was like, I don't want to eat this fake stuff all day. And then
but it's not. There's so much fun food. We like just make big bowls of stuff. Yeah. If you ever plan on having kids, do you plan on raising vegan children? Would you let them try meat? So first of all, just like the kid situation, because I feel like I get asked this a lot. We're only 23, and I'm really afraid of babies. So as of now, our like children idea is we will rediscuss it when we're like 30 and see what's going on. For sure, I think we'll have a bunch of animals no matter what.
If we have kids, I think we'll definitely raise them vegan. I think we'll continuously educate them on the matters of animal cruelty, living a healthy, sustainable lifestyle. I think those are two big things. As a vegan, you want to educate yourself as much as possible. So being able to educate your kids is a big thing. You know, and if one day they eat meat, you know, they can. You know, I'm not going to turn them away. I want them to feel appreciated.
Yeah, you don't need to eat meat to survive. Any of the nutrients in meat can be found in plants, so we wouldn't be depriving them of anything. Completely healthy. You can live without meat, but you can't live without vegetables and fruit and grains. It's not like torture or anything. They would have their own free will, but we would raise them to learn about veganism and obviously cook that way at home. Alright guys, that was all of our questions. We hope you really enjoyed this video and got to know us more and what we think and yada. So make sure you comment down below more questions you'd have for us. I'm sure we'll do another Q&A in the future, or just types of videos you'd like to see him in, and if you want to see him in more videos. Anyways, make sure to give this video a thumbs up.
And hit that subscribe button down below.
Bye guys!
Hello. I gotta be open. Open, open, open. Sesame seed, open.
Stop being like, oh, so sorry.
I really, 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 really like you.